But having said that, I'll move on to Mr. Raja. How do you plan about capturing these many emotions? Because there are so many happening across. I mean, apart from what the bride is going through, I mean, she is the centerpiece. It's her day and his day. So apart from the bride and the groom, there are so many stories happening around. So how do you balance it out? How do I make sure that I capture this and also keep an eye for that?
Okay, so of course, as I said, you have to be alert, attentive, and keep your eye open all the time. It's not just a union of two souls, but the two families. So, story always revolves around the couple, and my 60 to 70% footage is always of the couple and the people around them. So, what we try and capture is always the fun part as well as the emotions which is running around with the family. And to weave our story, we always have things lined up, how we do, what we have to do. We do pre-shoot interviews so that we know what is exactly who sees what in terms of in their own story. How do they perceive the wedding? Of course, having said that, the bride and groom, of course, they have planned their wedding hundreds and thousands of times before the wedding. So now giving that same feel of how they dreamt of it, and now finally giving it into videos and films and photography, we always keep that eye open for what is happening around. My team knows what I would look for and my client would want. So this is definitely one has to keep in mind.
I love it. I like the number that you so 60 to 70% is about them, and then rest is around them. That's how you balance it out. Now, a very interesting point that Raja made is about the pre-shoot interview. Okay, and that is where you clearly understand what is their focus, what is it that they're expecting. So this question would go, I want to understand. I'm pretty sure you also have long conversations with the bride to understand. In that conversation, what exactly are you doing? Two things if I would ask.
So honestly, I think two things that we're looking out for is that all the photos and videos need to be an extension to their personality, and today not something that we want to portray as a brand or as a company what we want to show. There is a little bit of an extension of what we do, but I think the 80% of the job is that they need to resonate with it for the rest of their lives, and it's something that is going to live with them. So it has to be an extension to their personality rather than what we want to put across. Because today I may say that, hey, I want to do something out of the box, but at times out of the box may not resonate with them. So really understanding what their need, desires and their aspiration is, because everybody when they get married they have a certain aspiration. Fulfill that, and I think that's where you come up with a great product, or that's where you come up with a video which is going to last forever. So I think this is my one thing that I've always paid more attention on, rather than what I want to do for them. It's what they expect from us, and we want to tailor-make that product and hand it over to them. Even the music, at times we don't resonate. As a brand, I've had issues with brides saying, oh, we don't want this song, and we think that the song works well. But at the end of the day, they need to live with this, because they're going to watch this at least 100 times, and they're not going to be watching it 100 times. Do you want to fit into them and let the product be for them?
That's something that a lot of photographers have to take mental. So it's not about what you can do, it's about what they want, and maybe giving a better version of what you want. Okay, interesting, very very interesting. So now the question, Mr. Ram, is in the last 2 years, if you look at it, the gathering has shrunk. Right? Earlier there were larger gatherings, now there are smaller gatherings. Now the gatherings seem to have become intimate. Okay? So how do we capture that through the lens? Right? Earlier it's about those beautiful shots, expand, grandeur. But today when there are just 50 or 60 or people, and we still have to create the same kind of impact, how do we go about capturing that?
But superb. The lesser the people in
fun you have. You're in control of everything, and you can genuinely spend time when the makeup is happening. You can shoot the bride, you can see what conversations are happening there, you can see all the mess in the room and all. You can shoot all. You can genuinely, photograph. It tells you a story. If you shoot it properly, if your concentration is too deep when you're shooting, your perception increases. It's just big things are going to happen, and it happens like that. So in a small gathering, I loved shooting some weddings recently when there were like 50, 60 people. I really enjoyed it because earlier there used to be so much of grandeur and all. Sometimes you think you're missing this, you're missing that and all. This was more fun, more enjoyable, more very easy. You can genuinely write a story on it. If you shoot it properly, and when you feel part of the wedding. I think the small weddings are more fun.
Interesting.
But I just recently came back from Hyderabad like yesterday. But I saw a gathering of 4,000 people. So I'm telling you, I was like,
No.
so I think
Even managers must be very happy.